Hello and welcome to Will's RC. What we're going to do today is upgrade the electronics on the WPL B1 army truck. Okay, so this is the chassis of it. I've taken the box off the back, and I've taken the cab off the front, and I've also taken off the little box that holds all the battery on the standard model. Okay, I'm going to leave the running gear standard as it is at the moment because it seems to be working okay. This is on leaf springs, just a single motor, just as they come from the factory basically. Alright, so we're going to be giving it a metal geared servo, sorry, and that's just going to be plonked just in there somewhere, and I'm going to secure that with a bit of servo tape. On top of that will go the little electronic box, as I called it, that holds all the battery and everything else like that. Over here, got a little ESC, little 20 amp ESC, about £3 on eBay, £3, British pounds that is. I've got the LiPo battery that came with my A959, and this is 2-cell 1100 mAh. And the flysky receiver. A little bit of servo tape, and stick that anywhere where it can be comfortable, and it can be out of the way. What I was thinking of doing is, I don't know if this will work or not, just another little recess there. This is the cab, sorry. Okay, and the bonnet lifts up where that little tray normally is, just under there like that, and the receiver can go plonked in there. It should have enough room for the wires. It'll probably be a bit tight, but it's okay. I'll thread the wire through a little hole out into the cab somewhere. May even disguise it as a little area or something at the top. It all depends how far we go. The lights on the standard lighting system for the truck will just get plugged into the plus and minus. You can see on there. Yeah, you've got the signal wire, the plus and the minus signs. I'm just going to use either channel 3 or the VCC. And the lights will just come on and off when I turn the speed controller on and off. Right, I'm just going to get organised, and then we can start this modifying. Okay, first thing we're going to do then is I'm going to put the servo in position. Just going to pull the little tape off the bottom there. Okay, so that's the tape off the servo tape, and I want to kind of get it in the middle of the opening for the steering, about there maybe. So it looks like that. There we go, just so it's in the middle. Servo tape gets stronger as it holds longer, so it should be right. Press down, it should be okay. Right, so that wire needs to be run, and we've kind of got to work out where the speed control is going to go, because you need to get to it for the on-off switch. I'm going to run the on-off switch on it for now. I might change it if I waterproof it, things like that, but at the moment I'm just going to leave it as it is. The battery box, the battery will fit in there like that. Let's get this out of the way so you can see. Battery will fit in there like that. This is the front of the vehicle and this is the back, and if I servo tape that in there like that, it looks like it should work. Okay, so we've got to run the wires. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to Dremel out a little access hole, as it were, just here, just so I can run wires backwards and forwards, like for the control wires to the receiver. Okay, so that's what I've done. I've just dremeled out that kind of thing. Just going to clean it up a little bit. I mean, the only people are going to see it is anybody that watches the program. It does take all the little bits off, basically. Okay, so what was he going to do? Servo tape, what is it? I'm going to put some servo tape and just stick that on the back. A little bit of servo tape on here. You can buy this on eBay. I think it's £1.50 for the roll, and it's quite sticky stuff. It can hold servos down and stuff like that, hence the reason it's called servo tape. Plop that on there like that. Hopefully it won't overheat, shouldn't do. Soon see though, won't we? Okay, and I'm going to put that in the corner like that. You still want to be able to get to that little switch, which you probably can't see because it's a bit dark. There's a little switch there, and what that does, it turns the brake on and off, and so that will enable you to hold the truck on an incline just by giving it a touch of reverse on the transmitter, and that will enable the truck to just sit on an incline, a bit like a drag brake if you like, but not as effective as a normal drag brake on a 1/10 scale car. Okay, so let's have a look. So on this ESC, I have a picture of my phone, and I will try and put it on the screen for you. That is your battery, no, sorry, that's the battery connector. The female bit of the thing, just stick that down there so we know where that's going. That's got to go to the receiver. That needs to be accessible for on and off duties. Put that in there as well, get that out of the way. And that is the motor that goes down, that is the wire, sorry, that goes to the motor, which is what we're going to have to solder. Okay, so onto the body, bit of servo tape on the back here. So let's just try and do this so you can see and I can see. I'm going to stay there. Yep, I think that's in. Excellent. Okay. But before I go any further, because that receiver needs to be bound to a transmitter. Okay. Out of the way. Give me a minute. Okay, so the signal wire and the plus and minus wire provides power to that from the receiver is plugged in. Got a bind plug here. Throw that in there like that, and turn this on. You see the lights flashing away. Then you get your receiver. This is for flysky. Press the bind plug down, that's why you can't see what I'm doing, and turn it on. There you go. That light stops flashing. It's solid. So now turn your ESC off, turn that off, your transmitter, remove the bind plug, just so we can test if it's working. Push the steering in, plug the steering in, off it otherwise. So get the steering around the right way. On these ones, the brown, the red and the yellow wire, this burnt orange yellow wire, this is your signal wire, that's the plus wire, that's the minus, okay? So you push your signal wire into where the white wire goes there, and then always turn your transmitter on first so your stuff don't run away. Turn it on. You can't see that, but that's the sound of the servo responding to the steering, which means that it's all bound and you can carry on now with fitting all the electronics into the car. So let's unplug the battery, put that over there. Right, now then, sound like a certain celebrity from a while back. Now then. So I've got to connect the steering up first to the speed control. So basically that whole thing is going to go on to here, where it came off of. Cut the screws to hold that just like that. So you can see there why I've cut that hole there, to allow the wires to go in and out, as it were, without being bound up or anything else like that. Just a quick note, when you're taking the truck apart, save all the little screws that come out, because you're going to need them up to a point where you're reassembling the truck with its proper electronics in it. He says as he's lost the screwdriver. And get your screwdriver. It helps if it's magnetic. And just screw that under bonnet piece down nice and tightly so things can't move. Like that. Okay. That's basically what it looks like at the moment. Alright, got the ESC, that's just sitting in the corner there. It's got a little bit of servo tape hanging, holding it down. What we need to do now is do the soldering bit, where we can take this plug off here and we can connect it to our motor wire, which is this one here. This is the male bit of the JST connectors. My brother's calling me. Okay, so I've got the wires soldered onto the motor, which connect to the ESC with that female clip that you need. Sorry about my hands, all I'm doing is plugging that. Okay, you've got the motor just there, which just tested it and it all seems to work. Right, so that's what you should be looking at about now. Got your speed controller in there, and got your receiver just up there. And now, because everything's connected with everything else, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. This is what I was saying about this wire here to make the lights work. It's a bit tight actually. If you plug it into That's not going to work. What I'm trying to do is plug that into one of these to make these lights work. Maybe it needs trimming, I think it does, because that plug isn't made to go into the receiver. I just nibbled a bit off the edge there. There we go. Takes a bit of fiddling to get in. And push that in like that. Okay. Do the lights work? That's what I want to know. Grab lights. Plug that in there. Receiver on. Is the receiver on? Yes, receiver's on. And we have light. No, we don't. Why don't we have light? Let's try again, shall we? I wonder why that's not happening. It worked on the last one. Oh well, and the wires just come off. That's how good these are. Right, okay. Better repair those then. Let's unplug the battery. Like that. Unplug that. It's not all joined together. It still is, isn't it? Take all that out. Right, I'm going to resolder the lights. Okay, so the back's on, and now everything this needs to be persuaded into place under here, because the truck is secured, the back of it is secured on just in there with that little slot you can see. Just put a screw, that screw there actually, in there, and that's the back secured down. And then the cab should, he says, slide over where that battery box is. A bit like that maybe. You don't want to mess with, watch him mess around. Okay, so this is the point where I am at the moment. The battery and the on-off switch is just there. The wires we soldered back on for the lights are just there, and the speed controllers at the back here, and all the wires needed are just there. That's enough room for the battery, wherever the battery's gone. There it is. Once you put all these wires in there and all, battery compartment shuts without pinching those in there. Yeah. And now the battery for the camera's flashing. Okay, so that goes in there basically like that. Now I've just got to find a way of holding all this down. Okay, so after a little bit of sorting wires out and kind of tucking them away out the way of the where the plastic joins together, you've got the battery tray clips to the outside of that bit where the hood drops down, and then with when you've got the wires there for the lights, you've got the battery connector and the on-off switch just there. Your battery fits in there like that, and the hood closes and everything's done. As you can see, it's close to the chassis rails there, as it's meant to be. Cut the screws in the back here, sort that wire out so it's not poking out, That's your steering wire. That will be tucked down inside there. 2 screws, and there you are. Oh, this one's sticking out as well. Got too many wires, too much wires basically. Yeah, so that's it's not a bad little conversion to do. It'll certainly give you the proper steering and the proper proportional speed control on the steering, I should say. And yeah, it's a good little truck. I'm very happy with that. So as I said before, thanks for watching Wills RC, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.